Hey, konnichiwa minasan, it's Gray from Makazashi's Tea House home in Japan. How are you doing? You good? Are you genki? Yes, I am. I hope you are too. I'm back with another review. This is Batman Dark Patterns Issue 1. I keep wanting to say Dark Matter, but I think that's something else, isn't it? This is written by Dan Watters, with art by Hayden Sherman, colours by Triona Farrell. We Are the Wounded Part 1. It's $4.99, 28 pages. Before I go on, I got to say, this is an absolutely cracking early Batman story. It's set in his early years. It's a full-on detective, Batman being the detective, almost Sherlock Holmes style. Batman investigating strange murders. There are 3 victims so far. Do they have connections? That's what we're trying to find out. Some of the art in this by Hayden Sherman. I can't believe it's the same artist doing Absolute Wonder Woman, because even though I do like a lot of the Absolute Wonder Woman art, sometimes his faces, expressions are a little bit weird, a little bit out there. But this is great. This is going back to kind of Batman Year One style. It's very dark, it's gothic. The colouring helps as well. Some of the panels and the views, the perspective, the way we're looking at the scene, so well done. Absolutely, yeah. Loved it. You can tell I'm really excited. Love this book. It's one of the best Batman stories as a single issue that I've read so far this year. Seriously, it is that good. Yes, I might be a little bit biased. I'm a fan of Dan Watters. I like what he's doing on Nightwing at the moment. I've liked his previous work. So yeah, I'm giving this a full-on recommend. I'm going to go for a score. Yes, come on, it's me, Mr. Positive, but this is not exaggerating. It's 9 out of 10. It's a great opening issue with a scary villain, a scary antagonist, with real stakes. It feels like the characters, are in danger. Batman feels like he's in danger. Some great art again, so definitely give this a look if you're interested. If you weren't sure about it, I would pick it up 100%. Okay, so let's get on with a look inside the book. We open with a few scenes of Gotham and we have Batman's narration. Now remember, this is an early years Batman, maybe the first couple of years, year 3 possibly. A building burns in Cherry Hill. At least this one was already abandoned. An insurance fraud, or just more kids. 3 years of stalking her streets at night have taught me there are things in Gotham I can do nothing about. Instead, I grit my teeth and wait for a light to cut through the dark. Great scene here, great art by Hayden Sherman. What do you think? Love the huge bat signal over the city. And we're viewing the city through trees as well, yeah. Really good. Love the art, love the colouring so far, and it's like this all the way through the book. Hayden Sherman seems unrecognisable in this book compared to his work on Absolute Wonder Woman. Nice shot of this version of the Batmobile, very sleek, very almost Tim Burton's Batman style. What do you think? Also love the wild dogs there. We hear some narration. This time it's not Batman. Someone's talking to Gordon, Lieutenant Gordon. I can tell you it definitely hurt. We're told that the killer pinpointed every major nerve cluster in the body, the victim's body, without spilling even one drop of blood. In the bottom panels we see the burning building with the Batmobile going past. Gordon's saying they need something new, anything to tie this victim to the previous 2. Then we see Batman coming in silhouette, brilliant. Just his bat symbol is like bright, yellow, shining. Who's this? He asks. By the way, I guess you've noticed the victim in the background there. Oh my god, what is going on? A pincushion? A hedgehog? I'm getting flashbacks to the first Hellraiser movie Clive Barker directed. Here's a better, closer look. Oh my god, scary. What an opening. Lieutenant Gordon introduces Dr. Saraika, a forensic pathologist who's just opened a lab at Gotham University. He's been using this doctor for help with the cases where, well, they call them worse for wear, the bodies that come across the GCPD's desk. Corpses tell a story, the wear and tear of a life, bone fractures, wound patterns, says the doc. Batman notes a similarity between this victim and the previous 2. He was single, he was living alone. But Gordon replies, other than that, they couldn't be more different. Francis Oakley was a high-flying lawyer until 2 nights ago. Kenneth Armitage was retired, living in near poverty, until our perp got hold of him last night. Then the doc chimes in. It would appear Mr. Choi here fell somewhere in between. It's magnificent work, you know. Then listen to this. Batman says that the killer removed the victim's tongues and teeth first so they couldn't scream. Whoever your killer is, he's had plenty of medical training. Obviously, replies Batman. Gordon, outside. I don't trust him. Didn't you just know Batman was going to say that? Gordon replies that yeah, even though he's odd, he's good at what he does. The drooling, the way his eyes dart round the room, consistent with abuse of phencyclidine or formaldehyde. Try and say that when you've had a few beers. I've got to admit, my first impressions of this Doctor are not good. He looks very, well, yeah, he looks alright, but very, warning signs are like projecting from him. Was he really drooling? My God. Then we get this great image of Batman using his grappling gun to get away. You see Gordon at the bottom there. 3 bodies, enough to make a pattern. There will be something to find. Something to lead me to the next target. Then we get this great view of the city of Gotham, the skyscrapers, looking down from above. Batman's on his way to the first victim, the lawyer, Oakley, who was tortured to death at his desk 2 nights ago. Batman believes that he's the key to this. He's searching the office when he's interrupted. Who's there? Private security. Freeze! He doesn't think they're going to be a problem until they keep coming and coming. Who pays for this much security to protect a lawyer after they're dead? One of the guards gets a couple of shots off and seems to hit Batman. You see the hole through his cloak. Pretty cool there. One becomes many when Batman's like, right, I'm out of here. He dives out of the window. Then we switch scenes, he's back at the Batcave. Alfred's here. Good old Alfred. If you would allow, Master Bruce, I might assist in stitching that bullet wound at the very least. It hurts less when I do it myself. Then we get this nice scene in the Batcave. I'm not going to read the whole thing out, don't worry, but basically we've got Bruce and Alfred, and Bruce is doing proper detective work, going through the different victims, trying to find connections. Are these revenge killings of some kind? 1 a night, says Bruce. These are men who lost their families, who were left alone in the world by tragedies. And there's a great reply by Alfred. He kind of ignores what Bruce is saying here is, you are aware there's still a bullet shard inside that wound you're stitching? It's great. I tell you what, right now me and Jim are doing reviewing Legends of the Dark Knight, Gothic, Grant Morrison, Klaus Janson, and it's a little bit, it reminds me of that. Morrison wrote a really good, what's the word? He had a great kind of tete-a-tete, head-to-head relationship between Bruce and Alfred, very Jeeves and Wooster. Indeed, sir, that kind of thing. And yeah, very funny, like kind of sarcastic humour there. I'm enjoying it. I just want to share another gorgeous image of the city of Gotham. Look at that. Great art again by Sherman. Batman believes the next victim could be Michael Gallo, a petty thief. A year ago, he made the mistake of robbing the home of a made man affiliated with the Falcones. A week later, Gallo's wife was found floating in Gotham Bay. He got the message and has been working as a janitor ever since. Turns out Batman's bugged his apartment while the guy was out at work. He's been sobbing, crying since he returned home an hour ago. But now, footsteps. We hear a voice. Mr. Gallo. What? Who's there? What are you doing in my apartment? It's so lonely, isn't it? Oh God, what are you? Every night you cry and the wounds never close. The gaping holes they leave behind. I can give you what I could never have, what they took away from me. Get away from me! All this while Batman's listening in, waiting to act. He comes crashing in through the apartment window. Did that hurt? And then we get our look at this thing, whatever it is. It's a person, but they're covered in what appear to be nails, things sticking in, spikes. They look like a human pincushion, but almost kind of armoured as well. It's really strange. It's a great image, very striking. Batman quickly deduces that he's no fighter. His stance is non-existent. His hands are low. I aim for his solar plexus to shut this down before it even starts. But then I realise those are nails I'm about to drive through his throat. He's kind of booby-trapped himself. It's crazy. If he strikes the man, the thing, the creature, whatever it is, he's in danger of killing him. He shouldn't be this strong, says Batman. He should be in agony. He doesn't feel it. He doesn't feel it. Somehow this man, this thing, this killer has got no pain sensations. Batman appears to be in trouble until Gallo fires a warning shot. The killer flees. By the time I can see and hear again, it's too late. He's gone. You idiot. What the hell did that thing want? To torture you to death. What? Why? What is he? Then we're back at Wayne Manor. We're near the end now. Bruce is looking for some of his father's old medical books. If I remember right, it first appeared in medieval manuscripts going back to the 14th century. It was intended as a map of pain, a portrait of every agony that could be inflicted on the human body. That sounds somewhat abominable, says Alfred. It wasn't meant for harm. It was intended as an index to cure people of their suffering. Here it is, Alfred. This is what attacked me tonight. He shows Alfred the book. The Wound Man. He thinks he's healing his victims in some way. Tomorrow night, he will kill again. To be continued. That's where the issue ends. Okay, I do hope you enjoyed that review. Do let me know what you think of the book in the comments. If you're reading it or if you have read it. If you're going to read it, I'd love to hear that. Here's the preview for issue 2, the main cover by Hayden Sherman again. Yeah, look at that. Oh my god, it gives you an idea of the antagonist. We get a close-up of one of his eyes, surrounded by tacks, nails, screws, completely bonkers. So yeah, looking forward to this. Can't wait to read it. This will be out in January. So as always, thank you so much for watching. As I say, do drop a comment. It'd be great to hear from you, and hope to see you in a future video. This is Gray from Wakazashi's Tea House, signing off for the night. Matane.
Any questions? Yes, Shaggy?
Like you wouldn't happen to have a bat cookie on you, would you?
Yes, as a matter of fact, I do.